Good day, lovers. Welcome back. By the way, if you are new to this channel, please, before you go, do not forget to subscribe because you'll be able to get updates. And now you can see our prediction was actually correct on what we predicted about our weekly time frame last week. And we also did analysis yesterday on where our price will be moving, which actually moved to that our direction. So that is why if you are new and you've not subscribed, please subscribe, like, so you will be able to get an update from us and how to take our trade. So this currently we'll be looking at our Euro USD, GBP USD, and USDJPY. Now see it on our Euro USD for the week. We would want to predict where our price will be moving for the weeks. Thereby, we would look at it from top-down analysis, which means from our monthly time frame down to our 1 hour time frame. Now, currently we are on our monthly time frame on our Euro USD. We all can see it. If you are to zoom it out, we are actually bearish, by the way. We are actually dropping on our Euro USD. That is one. Now, if you are to see it currently, this our Euro USD price is below our 10 period moving average. That is a bearish move, and of a recent we all can see our price is moving monthly. It has actually been dropping rapidly on our Euro USD. That is to say that on monthly time frame, if we are to trade it on monthly time frame, we should actually look to short this our Euro USD. Look for a way to actually short this Euro USD. So by the way, I also did analysis on trending currency pairs to trade this month. You can check my channel. I'll pin the video up. You'll be able to watch it and you know, understand. So now on our weekly time frame, next we would see our Euro USD. First of all, we all can see our price bearish move. We all can see the price moving up, down, up, down, up, down. We all can impulse move downward. We add a correction. We add another impulse move. We add a correction. We add another impulse move. We all can see it's dropped till we are currently where we are now on our weekly time frame, right? So that is one. Secondly, again, our price is below our 10 period moving average on our weekly time frame. So if we are to trade it on with our weekly time frame on how to trade it, what are we going to be looking for is to actually short it, because the price is below our 10 period moving average, and secondly, we are on a downward trend on our weekly time frame. So what can we see here on this our weekly time frame? Our price has actually broken this lows we once talked about. This liquidity highs here we once talked about, we say that our price will actually break it, but it actually broke it below it and it pushes up on our Euro USD. So what are we expecting again? We are still expecting another drop again on our Euro USD. Now see it this way. Price broke below this liquidity highs. We all can see the highs here. Price broke below it here. If you have to see it, then after our price broke below it, we saw that our price rally up to test this area where our price break below it. If you understand trend line movements, once our price break below a key level, possibly a support level or a resistance level, the price tends to come to test that area again, which it did on our daily time frame, but on our weekly time frame, it's showing one huge wick, by the way. So weekly time frame, we are actually to short it. So this week we should actually be going short on our Euro USD. Now see it this way on our Euro USD. Now our price has actually dropped. Let's start it from here. We saw this impulse move. We add a correction. We add another impulse move downward, and we add another correction. What is this? This is the correction we talked about on our weekly time frame. That's once our price broke below this highs, this liquidity lows here, then our price tends to rally up again. So that is why we add this our price rally up to correct. And this week again, we are expecting a drop on our Euro USD. That is on our daily time frame. Now see it this way on our USD index. Let's start off our recent. First of all, interest rate was high. They said that no stopping on increase of interest rates on this our USD, right, on the US economy, which our USD represents now? We can see, if you are to see it this way, once interest rate increases, we can see that our currency USD itself tends to rise. So once they increase in interest rate, then the USD itself rises. So that is on the fundamental aspect of it. We are expecting a very bullish run throughout this month, right? If you have to see it, and throughout this week, we are also expecting a bullish run. So now let's see on this technical aspects. This was an impulse move downward. This was a correction. This was an impulse move, a correction. We had another impulse move upward, which broke this level here. This was once our previous higher highs. Then price came to test this level, and we had another impulse move again. So we actually predicted that our price will actually push up here. So what we are seeing now is a correction. So what are we expecting again? Another impulse move again. The reason why we had a correction in this area is that price has actually gotten to this area here, sit on our USD index. Price actually come to this level. So this was actually a key level here, area here. So once our price came to this level again, which I just highlighted, which is about 1.21840, then we tend to see a pullback to this area, which was our previous higher highs here. We saw it, price pull back to this area. So what are we expecting? A rally movement upward. So which means if our USD pushes up, then any pairs we are trading to our USD will drop. So this is it. Our Euro USD is actually a confirmation that we'll be having a drop on our Euro USD this week. Now let's see it on our 4-hour time frame and 1-hour time frame on when to place this trade. Is that, let's see it on our 4-hour time frame. We are actually ranging on our 4-hour time frame. This is it. We actually predicted the move, but I did analysis on the 2 of September and see where our price will be moving. We actually still see that our price is ranging on our 4-hour time frame. So if our price is still ranging, we want to still range it with it. As you can see, our prices come here. Once our price drop, we would love to still take it up on our Euro USD, except this price breaks below this week here, which I've just highlighted, which is about 0.99014. I repeat again, 0.99014. So if our price can break below it, then I'll say short your Euro USD. It is now time to go short on our Euro USD. If not, we're very much likely to be ranging on our Euro USD on our 4-hour time frame for some times. We're very much likely to be ranging it for some times until our price breaks this our lows we just talked about. And 1-hour time frame is still the same thing we just talked about. Once we see this drop, it comes to take out this our support level on our 1-hour time frame, which was ranging. Let me zoom it out, which was actually ranging here. So once our price drops, we tap this our support level, then we will be seeing a very movement upward, except it breaks our lows, which we just talked about. Then we can now enter to go short on our Euro USD. Now let's see our GBP USD. By the way, we will start with our monthly time frame. Full trend on our GBP USD monthly time frame. We are actually on a downward trend, right? See a huge impulse movement downward. So if we are to trade it with on our monthly time frame, we are actually to go short on our GBP USD. Now see it again. Of this recent, we want to see it. We can see an impulse move, a correction, an impulse move. See it like this. This was an impulse move. We had a correction around there. There was an impulse move here. There was a correction here. This was a huge impulse move here. So the impulse move and the correction we were having on our GBP USD, right? Our monthly time frame, if you are to see, we have actually gotten to these lows. I want you to actually watch out for this key level here. This huge candlestick we had here, sits here. There was a huge candlestick here, which actually pushes up this week, candlestick week. Price came to this level and it pushes up. our price came to this level again and it pushes up. Now our price is close to that level. I want you to also watch it that once our price gets a little bit of a drop, at least let's see possibly 130 pips more drop, then we'll see a rally movement upward on our GBPUSD. That is exactly what I wanted to see. So it sits like this on our monthly time frame. This was an impulse move. There was a correction here. We add another impulse move here. We add a correction. Yes. Now there's another impulse move. What are we expecting? Then we are expecting a correction. So if we are to get that correction anytime, so then it will be around this level we just predicted. I think a level of about 1.40. We are currently trading at 1.15 148. So we would want to see that correction around 1.14024. That will be about 100 plus pips, close to 120 pips. So expect that on monthly time frame. Now let's see it this way. This on go down to our weekly time frame, by the way. So weekly time frame, we all can see the trend, a bearish move. One, we can see the impulse move downward and a correction. Impulse move downward, a correction. That is one. Secondly, price is below our 10 period moving average. So now our price is now below our 10 period moving average. And I want you to also notice something, by the way. Our price is now close to this level we just talked about, that I said we would be having a rally movement upward. So we are close to that level. Once we have possibly about 100 pips drop on our GBPUSD, I want you to also notice we have a rally movement upward. That is one. If it gets to our key level here, which is our support level, we can take it as we then would have a rally movement upward. That is one. Secondly, is that sit here. This was an impulse move here. This was a correction. They are all below our 10 period moving average, by the way. So an impulse move, we add a correction again that touched our 10 period moving average. You all can see once we add this impulse move, we add a correction which hits our 10 period moving average, then we add a drop. Then we add a correction again that hits our 10 period moving average. Now we've had another drop on our GBPUSD. We are expecting a correction again. So anytime soon, once we have about 100 plus pips drop on our GBPUSD, I want to tell you that we'll be having a correction again. So I mean, once our impulse move of this one is over, then a correction is likely to occur, and very much likely the correction should touch our 10 period moving average. So this week we would have a bearish move which will drop, by the way, and I want you to also note that as when we have that drop, then we'll be having a huge movement upward on our GBP USD, by the way. Now let's see it on our daily time frame, by the way. So I'll see it this way. This is our daily time frame. Let's see it. Price below our 10 period moving average. So we will start from here. So let me give you some trend. This is an impulse move, a correction here. We all can see how the correction hits our 10 period moving average. Huge impulse move. We add another correction. We all see the correction hits our 10 period moving average. Now this is another impulse move which has dropped massively. What are we expecting? We are expecting a correction because we've had a huge impulse move on our GBPUSD. So GBPUSD, we are expecting a correction again. So this week we should be expecting a drop, a little bit of a drop, at least close to 100 pips. Then a correction is very likely to occur this week. So don't just watch out for it. A correction will likely occur. That is, we are expecting a correction, one, and secondly, the price I was getting close to our support level. We have about 70 to 100 pips more to actually hit the level we just talked about before we see this rally movement up on our GBP USD. Now to actually take this our trade, we would see it on our 4-hour time frame now. See it on our 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, we are still bearish. This was an impulse move. We had a correction, right? We are on another impulse move. So if you want to enter this, if you want to short it, then fine, you can actually short this GBPUSD. When you grab about 70 to 100 pips, then opt out for it. Then when on our 1-hour time frame, we are seeing multiple break of structure upward on our 1-hour time frame, then we are now starting to have that bullish move we are all expecting to have possibly this week. So 1-hour time frame too still bearish, by the way. So if you want to go long, I don't think this is the best time to actually go long. But until you see multiple break of structure upward, one, possibly we had a retracement, then we add another one, we add another retracement, then we possibly might want to take another, we would want to actually go with the trend on our GBPUSD. So above all, what we just talked about is that we will be having a drop on our GBPUSD, then a correction movement upward. And lastly, let's see it this way, our USDJPY. So USD, first of all, interest rates was it said that no stopping on the increase of interest rates, which means interest rate is going up. Once we see an interest rate goes up, then our price itself on our USD pushes up. That is the fundamental aspect of it. You will very much likely see it. Now let's see it on our technical aspects. Let's see it on our monthly time frame. So full trend, we are actually on an uptrend move. You all can see it. Price is above our 10-period moving average, by the way. So let's start it from here. A huge impulse move, by the way, up. We add a little bit of a correction. We add another huge impulse move. We add a correction. Now we are having another huge impulse move, and guess what, this our impulse move has just broken our previous higher highs. Not of risk, because you can see this was our previous higher highs on monthly time frame. Price has just broken above it, and once our price breaks above it, we tend to have huge movements. See it, by the way, once price broke this previous higher highs here, then we add this huge movement upward, then a correction. Now our price has just broken above this our previous higher highs here, so we are expecting a huge movement upward again. So monthly time frame uptrend, you would want to look to actually take a buy. Secondly, price is above our 10-period moving average. So weekly time frame now, we have to zoom out. Full trend, uptrend, see huge impulse movements, a correction here, an impulse movement, we add a correction, now another impulse movement. And we actually predicted this move about last week on our weekly analysis, by the way. So we predicted the move, by the way. So we predicted that our price will actually get to this liquidity highs we just talked about, this highs here. And once our price hit it, we will have a breakout and continue to rally up. And currently now, we are actually on a rally movement upward. So weekly time frame, we should actually look for a buy. Daily time frame, now see it this way. Let's start it from here, because I want to start the analysis. This was an impulse move. This was a correction. This was another impulse move. Guess what? Our price broke above this liquidity highs here. This was our previous higher highs, possibly on our weekly time frame and our monthly time frame. This was our previous higher highs here. You can see it here. This was a previous higher highs. So price broke above it, right? What are we expecting? A pullback. Once our price breaks above this previous higher highs, we can consider it as a resistance level, but we'll be expecting a pullback. And guess what? We are starting to have that pullback on our daily time frame. So we still have at least, let's say, about 70 pips movement downward to drop. Once we see that our price come to test this level, then a rally movement upward again, which will start to push up on our USDJPY. So USDJPY daily time frame for this week, we are actually going to be going bullish again, but currently we are on a pullback level, so watch out for it. Now to actually take this trade, we would see it on our 4-hour time frame, by the way. So currently on our 4-hour time frame, if you are to zoom it out, we are actually on an uptrend move. So let me start on this line area where our price broke above. We saw our price broke above it on our 4-hour time frame. We are now on a pullback level. See it here. So once we have that pullback level, it tests this our breakout points. Then you can actually take to buy this our USDJPY. So currently, if our market opens on possibly on Sunday or Monday, and you want to take a buy, then wait for the market to actually come to test the area. Then you can actually take the buy. Likewise, our 1-hour time frame. So we want to our 1-hour time frame is, I think, it's actually bearish, but we see it from here. This was an ice here. This was a drop, sorry, a correction here, and we are expecting another drop to test this area where our price broke above. Then we can actually now take a buy on our 1-hour time frame. So that is the analysis for the week. USD itself this week would be rallying up, while any pairs we are trading it would actually be dropping. So watch out on it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.